All right, Coach. Good afternoon. Do or die situation. Win, get in. How has the practice environment been for you?
Good. The guys were in good spirits today. Training was very good. A lot of information for the guys, just using our scout for UIW. So I think the guys got good information today. They asked good questions. The energy of the guys is good, and they understand that obviously it's like a playoff situation. So you win and you advance, and that's what we're looking to do when we get there on Saturday.
Needless to say, this program has been in a same situation before where they've had to defeat UIW just to get into a playoffs not too long ago. You have two players that were in that situation, like Bryce Box and Jan Angles. What have those two players shared that information that they've experienced being on that wrong side of it? And how motivated are those two guys to really get themselves going and try to get into this one,
Yeah, I
being
think
that it's a crunch?
for those guys, they're seniors, so they've been through it. Like you said, they've had experience. Actually, we even talked about it today with the group. The biggest thing is that it's a game, it's a 90-minute game, 110 minutes. We just have to be good for those times. Nothing else to think about. It's not what you do the next day; it's what you do on the day of the game, and that's how we're preparing. To be ready for 90 minutes or 110 minutes, whatever it takes to get the result.
And you went on the road twice last week. You split. How has that momentum carried over to this week, to where you got UIW only, and how do you just adjust and just continue preparing?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just one match. So you're not planning on, what's your schedule after that. Saving guys' legs, making moves maybe earlier than what you normally would in a match, just because you have to save because you have a turnaround in 48 hours. So for us, it's good to be able to, just prepare on one opponent and know that, guys can play longer extended minutes. And then obviously, as a player, you have to save yourself a little bit. It's just human nature when you have two games in 48 hours that, you have to save a little in the tank so that you can be able to go the next day. So, to have one off, I think for us will be beneficial. This time of year, obviously, guys have played a lot of minutes just in general. The good thing is we have played a lot of guys. So, on this trip, we'll have a lot of guys that have a lot of experience now at this point. But we have a lot of older players on the team, too, that have been in this situation. You mentioned two guys, but then also obviously playing in, knockout games in the springtime as well.
Absolutely. And, a couple of more questions. Oliver Padilla, ever since Trevor Schneider, he put himself aside, Oliver Padilla has been coming up big for you the rest of this season. How big has he been for you throughout this season?
Yeah, I think he's been big for us since I've been there day one. I stressed to the goalkeepers, it's not just the guy who starts, it's the guy that's pushing the guy that's starting. Because to me, that guy's one injury away, one mistake, a red card, anything, we're still dealing with COVID. Any situation that could happen where not just the first guy, but the second guy has to be ready. It's the same motto as guys on the team throughout the field. It's not just 11, it's the guys that you have that are coming off the bench, or guys that now need to step up and play in game two if you're playing two games in a weekend. So for us, he's done his job, and he's done really well, and he's trained that way since day one. He has a great relationship with everybody on the team. The guys respect him, being one of the older guys, and he shows good leadership in his own way with some of the younger guys. He's been just as important as the other guys that you mentioned, Bryce and Jan, of making those guys feel comfortable once they've arrived. And now he's doing his part on the field.
And the last one, what kind of problems does UIW pose now that you have to go on the road once again to try to pick up a valuable 3 points, and those 3 points that can probably push you into that WAC men's soccer tournament?
Yeah, for us, the biggest thing is that we've been on the road a ton. So for us, it was great playing Dixie State because the fields will be similar, and you'll be at a place where it'll be a night game. They'll have all the crowd like Dixie did, similar turf and size with lines all over the field for a different sport. So should be a little bit of familiarity with the guys, just being coming off of that type of setting last week. And for us, like you said, it's you win and you advance, plain and simple.
All right. Thank you, Coach, and good luck.
Thank you, Ray. Appreciate it.